Our next guest is a Canadian music staple who has always the right song to get you through the day.
Steady on and hold your heart in front of you.
A familiar voice and face, Jann Arden has been in the music industry for more than 40 years, earning a long list of accolades during that time. She's here with us this morning to talk about her 15th studio album, Descendant. Jann, great to see you this morning and congrats.
Hey, hi, Anne-Marie. I haven't seen you for a while. It's been a few months.
It's been a few months since you and I were last together in a studio, which was, to be clear, I was not recording anything. That was just for an interview.
Come on now. Let's be honest with Canadians.
I will be and tell them honestly that I cannot sing and should never, ever be in a recording studio. But you should be. You wrote this new album throughout the pandemic. And one thing that you've always said throughout your career and the many paths that you've taken is good things come out of bad things. Tell me about that attitude that you brought into making this latest record.
Well, I think I really learned that early days. You know, my dad was a really big drinker when I was growing up and when I was a kid. And I think had it not been for his alcoholism, I would never have gone into music because I scooted down into my parents' basement. The record player was down there, the Columbia record collection was down there, and my mom's old guitar. And so that was sort of a catalyst for me to go into music. And I often think if my dad was, you know, not a big drinker, I think I would never have discovered any of it. So when you get older, you start thinking about things like that are just these little turns in the road, these crosses that you come to without really even knowing it.
Jann, you are an artist who really leans into whatever it is that you're experiencing. And I know pandemic time really brought to the fore and made bigger feelings of loneliness sometimes, people reflecting on times of loss, both things you've experienced during this pandemic time. And Descendant is about reflecting on past, but the past can sometimes be tough to revisit. So how do you balance the pain and the catharsis that comes from going into the past to go on to make music as vulnerable as yours?
I don't really think about it too deeply. I think I try not to censor myself. I've been talking, you know, this past week about being at a place in my life where I have the absence of doubt. And it's a pretty great place to find yourself because I have done this for so many years. I've been writing music since I was 11 or 12 years old. Some terrible music, I might add, some really horrible music. And I'm at a point now where I feel it goes beyond confidence. It's just a comfort level. I know what I'm doing. I'm still learning things, obviously, all the time, but I just really enjoy it. I think happiness and sadness are so closely related that sometimes it's hard to unravel them. And I know people are perplexed that I seem so polarized. I'm quite funny, and then I write this music. But honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's the same thing.
I love that you share both the little and big in your life. You know, you share about the loss of your parents, and you also share, like, there's a deer in my front yard. If you follow Jann on social media, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, you are set to embark on a cross-country tour in May. The first two tours were postponed, of course, because of COVID, so let's hope that third time's the charm. Tell me what you miss most about touring. What are you most anxious to get back to?
Oh, gosh, the food's so good out there, eh? The drive-thrus. Everybody misses, I think I miss the camaraderie. Any kind of art, music especially, is about collaboration. I do. I miss the guys. I miss the band. And I do miss traveling. I will never, ever complain about just sort of pensively sitting in the back of a van looking out a window at how glorious Canada is. And I think, you know, we would all look at our watches and go, oh, only 7 hours to go. And I have to go to the bathroom. So I think it's just the movement of a human body. As a musician, I was so used to constantly being on the move. And I realize now that I would like to strike a balance. Don't get me wrong. I think I was doing too much and going too hard. But yeah, just being in a plane, looking down at the ground and just being awe-inspired by, wow, I'm actually going somewhere, and seeing the people again and sharing messages of hopefulness and having some laughs, Anne-Marie, really having some good belly laughs.
People need that. Hey, you're about to hit a major milestone. You're going to be turning 60.
What is it?
You're turning 60 in March. How do
I've
you...
got 2 months. Why do people keep bringing this up?
Okay, well, it's out there now. So you're turning 60 in March.
Thank you. And I had, 8 weeks of being youthful.
You're still in your 50s. And let's talk about that for just a moment. You made 50s look amazing. You wrote books. You wrote albums. You had a TV show that's, funny and successful. How do you feel heading into this next decade of your life? And let me ask you this. Are you adding more to your plate, or are you going to step back a little bit?
Listen, I am not a planner. I never have been.
Really?
And you can plan all you want, but I'm telling you right now, in life, and if we haven't figured that out by now, stuff happens. And you adjust, and you adapt, and you morph yourself, and you fit yourself into corners that you never thought you'd fit yourself into. I like having a purposeful life. My message to everybody out there watching and listening, you don't have to be good at things. I'm not great at anything that I do. I just like doing them. I'm a good singer. I'm a good songwriter. I'm an okay actor. I'm a kind of a crappy writer, but I think it's always about the story. I admire Margaret Atwood and Timothy Findlay and these brilliant people that have, obviously just been such an inspiration for me. But just do things. If you want to take a photography course or, anything, you don't have to be at the expert level, and I think that keeps people from trying. Just have fun in your life, and don't be afraid to screw up.
Great advice.
It's true. I screw up so much. Thank God you don't see every little, wrong move that I make, but so what? And don't wait till you're 60 to figure that out. All you young women out there, you young people that are 25 going, oh, what will people think if I don't get it right or wear the right pants or, don't worry about that. But I mean, nobody takes advice. I didn't take advice. My mom tried to guide me along, and I was like, I'm smarter than everybody. So, just leave me alone.
All right. Well, hopefully people are smart enough to take your advice, which is have fun. Don't be afraid of making some mistakes. Great note to leave this on. As a reminder, we started talking about your new album, by the way. That's out. Descendant is out everywhere now.
It is.
Thanks, Jann.
Yeah.
And happy early birthday.
Thanks, Henry. Stop it.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.